Welcome to day 463. Journey begins. All right, let's see. Audio testing. Testing. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we are on the storyline. We're calling it storyline. So a path from Overmorrow to Inkwood that will eventually connect all of our our builds, or at least the overworld builds, and then some of the overworld builds will have connections to Haven's End, and then we'll have kind of a storyline at Haven's End as well. And that will help kind of tie the builds together. They'll be far enough apart that they won't be on top of each other, and that way, as styles need to change and evolve, we can do that. So we can have something that looks a little bit more modern. But it's not right on top of a castle, so they can exist in the same world. And we can explain that through the kind of time aspect of it. Okay. But that will help. That way we can have like continuity and we're not tied into Pokemon K. Yeah, we can take the story in any direction we want with that, as long as we're keeping the builds far enough apart. Then the storyline helps tie the story together. So if we if we want to go from here to medieval, we can have two roads and kind of pick the story that you want. Welcome in, Jason. Tricycle. There we go. Oh. Takes a burn if he comes up. Alright, well, we're not gonna fret too much with that. Oh, we forgot to forgot to mend our tools again. Okay, that's the goal for today. Well, off stream, that's the goal for today. Because we want to have this kind of path. This is a little too high to come out of there, so this is going to need to be dug down. So we'll take out some. Oh, yeah. We'll take out some of the tree, and then we'll light things on fire just to clear this path up. Right. So we're going this way. Look, some of this stuff. Light some of that on fire. We have these watchtowers to kind of help us connect it. Help us connect the views since we have these hills here. So we're gonna have to take out some of this dirt path here, or I guess we could have it kind of dig out that a little bit so we can have a smoother path, but have it come up to this height because we want the idea of a ravine as we cut through this mountain, go over into. Yeah, so I think that will be helpful. That fits kind of the story that we want. So we'll cut into this hill to lower it and maybe shift some of it over here so that we can have a gentle slope up here. We can keep some of this height and then maybe raise it a little bit higher so that we don't have to cut a tunnel through this like we were planning to. And actually use it to like raise the height of the path before it comes down into Inkwood, so we can have that reveal once we get to the other side. I think that's not a bad approach, I think. Okay, so all right, so go this way. Light that on fire, light that on fire. We'll just kind of wait around for this to take effect since it's night. Oh. All right. All right, so then on this side. Oops. There we go. Oh. Why is this having so much trouble? There we go. Okay. Now it got fire. Okay. Now we can go this way. Uh-oh. Creeper. What? All right. Probably put a torch in there. Oh, and then up this side. Yeah. Okay, so this is looking good. And if there's questions like that, you know, feel free. Drop them in chat about this world, the story we're trying to build, Minecraft, gaming in general, whatever you like. That kind of relates to topics we can build a community on. So, say, Legos, Minecraft, gaming. Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna work our way up to that. So that the scaffolding there both gives us a viewpoint and then kind of a visual anchor above the hills that we can follow, so we know kind of where to follow. So we can kind of burn this path through, collect some wood here and there. And that way we have a nice wooded feel on each side of the path. So it leans into the wood side of Inkwood and to feel rustic. Okay, some torch over there. Something over here. There we go. Okay. This is pretty good, right? There's our path there. So we'll have to let some of this burn down first. Oh. There you go. Those witches are a problem. Can't be a problem. I think they're up there with ground with tridents now. Alright, we'll hang out here a minute and then we'll make our way back that way. Not anger the Enderman. Oh, okay. And again, we're live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, so I think I've got all the chats up and going. So if anybody has questions anywhere, drop them in chat. We'll periodically try to mention things. So Overmorrow is our spawn. Inkwood is going to be the first kind of town in our story that we're working on, so it's adding the kind of magical element. A little bit of a magical, and the world isn't as it appears. So kind of an unassuming town is what we're going for. And then from there, that kind of leads on the path to everything. Okay. Yep. So that leads, yeah, on the path to we learn of, let's say, like the Garden Temple in Barter's Bay. And I guess more so, like the Garden Temple is going to be too huge to have in the story of its own, or have as devoting too much to it. So it's going to be more what you see has a little bit of adventure to it. In the story anyway. So it's going to be like passing through it to get to Barter's Bay. Oop. Okay. Yeah. And then Barter's Bay will lead to an underground city. That will lead us to Haven's End. Oh, welcome in Sky and Sammy. And Dot. And I and Aldo. And South and yeah, we are working. And Allison. Tony. Oh. Brendan. Anna. Welcome in, everybody. We are working on our trade route from Overmorrow to Inkwood, which is part of our storyline. Kind of clearing out the leaves and trees so we can get things kind of lined up right now, so we can kind of visualize the path that we want to take, so it doesn't look too rigid. We have Haven's End is planned to be kind of a planned city, so it should look planned. But the road here in Overmorrow and Inkwood should look a little more organic. So we're trying to kind of get the line from point A to point B and make it wide so that we can have the right curvatures in the path to make it look space. Yeah, okay. We can make it like look hidden. And kind of purposeful. Oops. Where are we? Yeah, we want it to look purposeful, but not like a planned city. Like, this is okay. Okay, that stuff's on fire now. Okay, good. Did we... This lost its, of its scaffolding there. You know, we have a chest. Why don't we just... put down a chest somewhere, like here, and wrap off some of this miscellaneous stuff that we don't need right at the moment. And that way we don't lose any of this, of these items. Can always hold sticks, but trees, I mean, we have a tree farm. So it looks like we got some, oh, it's like a sheep might have got caught in the fire. It looked like cook wool. Okay. All right, so let's go up here. Go higher. Okay. Another 10. Are we high enough? Yeah, we're high enough now. So now we need to come through here somewhere. All right, here. Okay. Oh, welcome, Kara, and thank you for the follow. All right. Oop. Uh-oh. Got stuck there. Okay. It looks like we need to go through here, I think. This way? See water over here. Yeah, so it is this way. Okay, perfect. So we need something kind of in here. Maybe? Need to put down a marker. More? Okay, we have more. That's 20, maybe. Yeah, okay, so go up here. Thank you, Bree, for following. If there's any questions about the story or Minecraft or gaming setup or anything like that, feel free to drop it in the chat. So somewhere over here is other visual tower, and then the other one be down here somewhere. It's just not rendering, so I guess it's something with scaffolding rendering. But yeah, oh, there it is. Okay, can maybe like cut in here and see if we can So we'll cut down some, well, burn down some trees here. We'll plant more in our forestry. Well, forestry is for this purpose. Okay. So, okay, just a giant hole here. So back up a little bit. Start a little fire from this side. Okay. Oh, I probably want to take this down, so. Okay. Work our way to our other little visual pillars. Should be over here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Okay. Heal up from setting this on fire. Okay. All right. So, where was that? Over here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, it's over there. Up there. Give us a nice visual as we're coming. Oh, okay. Just chop a little bit of this. Okay. All right. So come through here. Put that on fire. Okay. Okay. Come up to the top of our view tower and see what we got going on here. We put a... Yeah, okay. So we got a nice pass. So this is kind of the visual. We'll smooth it out with the trail as we come through. We have fairly dense forest on either side, and then we'll take some of our sapling and plant other trees on either side to make it even more dense. Kind of forcing the trail, forcing the trade route down this trail that we're going to make. Right. Oh, and then you can see the island there. So we'll have a small bridge here. And then small bridge on the other side. And then, yeah. Kind of where it fades off is, I think, where, yeah. Is where Inkwood will be. And then we must have had some lighting over here as we were trying to build our trail out, so. Yeah. So we started a path over there. Maybe that was coming out. Yeah, you can see some burning, but I think we're going to follow this path in instead. And that's going to come over to our bridge over on this side. I guess we do have a bed over here, so we could skip the night. Don't have to worry about phantoms either. Double checking some things. We're pretty good. Okay. So yeah, that's our right here. So wanted this to be more dynamic using for story. So we'll probably either dig this down more or dig a path on either side or something to make this more than just a small bridge here. Needs to be more imposing. Like Inkwood is supposed to be like a small stop on the trade route. Important city, but small. Because of this okay. Yeah, we can see the kind of waterway that we're building up around. So Inkwood is going to be this kind of island. We thought about leaving it connected over here. Maybe we have some buildings in the hill, but I think we're just going to make it more surrounded by the water. Because that way the bridge scene will make more sense having to cross it. As it to be a bridge in and a bridge out. Versus having one road in and one road out. Like not having a road where you come in and, well, I guess we could do that too. Well, we do need another way out, but coming from this way. So we want the story to kind of come in here, go into Inkwood, but we don't want to hint at that you could just take a detour here and go around it. We want to go to it. And we want to create a sense that we have to stay in the city for a bit while the bridge is being repaired. I think that's what we'll do. Well, something we're going to have to think about. If we repair the bridge to lean out, then we can just come in and go out the same way. If we have the bridge here, then if we have the bridge on the other side, then we just need a reason that I guess the ground is just too uneven for a caravan, so it makes sense to not just circumvent the city to go through it to get to the other side. So surrounded by lakes and other things, so we could leave this hill here and maybe widen some of this waterway over here, so it makes it more obvious that when you go into the city, you can't go back because if you go this way out, you don't have to go in that direction. You can't just without walking yourself as a pedestrian outside of a caravan. I'm just kind of brain dumping ideas here as we're looking at things. How we want to kind of structure the story and have things make sense in the story, and then have it in the world as we're building it as well, so that if you were reading the story, follow along. I think that makes sense. And so we're gonna come down here. Ooh. We're gonna have a journal type story that is gonna be on GitLab and open. Kind of the builder's take on the world of how the world came to be. And so that's gonna be getting into kind of the Minecraft assets. So how did Enderman come to be? What is the Nether? What is the end? That kind of stuff. The novel version that we're hoping to create will be just our own imagination, but not set, but built in Minecraft. Okay. Yeah. Get a lot of things here. So yeah, so that's the plan. So we can have a story that that's our own creation that monetize, and then one that we can't, and that will be the GitLab one. And that will kind of fit in with the world as well. So we have the world download that we 6 months. So if anyone wants a copy of the world, they can have it. And it looks like the Nookie is also online. So over on Twitch, pause for a second here. Should probably grab a carrot. Welcome in. Okay. We're doing okay now. So, oops. Okay, there we go. Now we have Cosmic Dancer. Other ear. So if we pause for a second, we're listening to something they're doing. They're over on Twitch. All right, so run this way. Oop. All right, what's our time? So we had a few other things we had to do today, so it's probably gonna still be closer to an hour again. Had to build a trellis for some tomato plants. We're building a Lego cage as an anti-cat deterrent. Okay. Oops. So if we sit in the water here, we should be able to... Yeah, I like that kind of depth there where it kind of fades so you get to see kind of the depth very sharply, and then it goes into deep. Although there's a little light down there, but I like that. Alright, so we'll put stuff here. Put some torches down for this path. Ooh. So we're almost to the border here, so we should be hitting the... Where's the bridge at? So coming this line, we got some sunflowers there. Okay. Oh, there's the bridge. So we have a little path there. So we could actually not worry so much about this part and actually just, as we come through there, just follow the land over to the bridge. Okay, so we can just so let's pick some fights with some zombies. Alright, so let's see if we can get these skeletons to fight themselves. Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you, Zach, for the like. Let's see if we can get these guys to take care of themselves. Welcome in, Joshua. Sorry for anybody's names that I miss. I try to get to everybody. But feel free to say something in chat as well if you have any questions. Okay, so we can go this way. Oh, well, thank you. Glad you like it. So, which over? There's our bridge. So we're just gonna run away from the zombie behind us. Gonna create a perimeter out here, trying to the spawn. You doing any Minecraft yourself, Zach? Alright. So I think that's okay there. Have a carrot light up and try to get a better vision. Working on. Okay. Well, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Right now, it's really just frameworking, wireframing things, blocking things out so we get a feel for our bigger plans, and we'll kind of refine the builds as we go. So these planks here will represent bridge into Inkwood coming from Overmorrow, so it would be actual textured nice bridge eventually. For now, the practicality work, because we need to have it be more prominent. Kind of we want to add a ravine feel to it and make it seem like this is kind of the only way into Inkwood and the other side is the only way out. Not that you couldn't go in and out, but we want to have that feel, one way in, one on opposite sides. So we're gonna terraform some of this, create a trail that a trade caravan would go on. It's gonna kind of meander over towards the fires over there. I don't think all the fires are still going, but yeah, it's gonna follow this kind of path through the woods. Gonna go across the water here. Oh, nice. Thank you. Oop. We're getting pushed around by chunk loading. But, oh, that's... I appreciate it, sir. We're trying to get better and make things more entertaining and have more options for engagement, viewership, make it more fun. This structure here, or will be a structure, is going to be another tunnel. We'll build some dirt behind it and an opening to a tunnel, which for now is just down here. And it'll be a nice, big 15, 17 kind of wide tunnel. And this goes back to Overmorrow. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. We typically play on weekends, but we're trying to... we weren't fast enough. Okay. Let's make this higher. Yeah, Minecraft has a lot of opportunities for different aspects of well, there's education Minecraft, but oh, we ran out of coal, so we'll have to do it in a second. But what we're saying is basically our storyline from Overmorrow oh wow, that was a pretty quick jump, but appreciate it. So our world is at Overmorrow, which maybe we'll end the stream there, is a semicircle and divided every 18 degrees, but our storyline is on the 45, so it puts us in realm 3. But to know that we're building on the 45 rather than having to build the line all the way out, we can calculate it with arc tangent of y over x, or z over x in the case of Minecraft. So trig comes in handy. Good. Oh, do we have enough? Yeah, we'll mix them together later, but for now, let's... Yeah, so this is kind of what we're looking at. We wanted to kind of have the trail go up. And then we'll kind of maintain this height here, say 150 or so. Ooh. And so we'll probably have to do more terraforming and not do so many bridges down there. But if we keep it at 150, it's roughly about this height. This is mountain height here, so we have to keep it here. Yeah, so if we keep that 150 to around here, then have it lower down to here, which is like 80 something. Yeah, that would be not bad. Okay, so we want to clear this part out here. Okay. Where's the beehive? Because we don't want to... Okay, good. Don't want to take out our bees. Okay, so let's see if we can sneak... Yeah. Let's catch those on fire. Okay. Oop. Okay. 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 Sorry about that. Yeah. So we've got and Cosmic Dancer on the other. So it's just the Nuki over on Twitch and the other. So as we're trying to kind of build our community here, we're listening, trying to support other creators as well, and draw inspiration. Okay, so this is good. Path is going to go there. Okay. Well, since we're getting close to an hour, we need to top up our tools and whatnot. We'll just fly back to tomorrow so we can kind of show that off. Oh. Yeah, so instead of building around this, we'll build over it because this will be then a height that we can work with the ravine that we want to... Comes over here. Right, and then this tunnel goes under all of this water over here. Should come out around... Yeah, there it is. Further entrance. So Rather than a bridge that's really long, we're doing a tunnel. So that's our tunnel. That's weird. We had some rendering issues there, but anyway, this is our storyline here. So this is going to be a polished road eventually, but for now it's just some cobblestone to help us gauge where to put things so we can space things out, and a measurement tool. So this is Overmorrow. And so we can't do a whole lot until we get our tool fortune pickaxe repaired, so let's go do that. Okay. Not that we need a lot of stuff, but we'll just spend the next 5 or 10 minutes mending our tools so we can pay a little bit more attention in chat and see how things go. So for the next few minutes, we're going to sit here and pay more attention in chat. Talk a little bit more about the world and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be our plan to close out. The tunnel behind us is a little farther along in the texturing. It's still too smooth, but the sizing is more what we're looking for, and we want something even a little bit bigger than that for the caravan tunnel. But kind of for now we have part of the tunnel carved out, and then it's basically like a 1x2, 1x3 practical tunnel just to get from point A to point B, and we'll widen it out and give it some life as we go along. The tunnel you see here on the other side of the door goes to Eric's Hall. Yeah. It's not going to be a super big build. The bigger one's going to be in Barter's Bay, but the purpose of that is to have kind of a core set of features in each town, village. And the feature that provides is take the rotten flesh that we collect here and turn it into emeralds that we can either use for emerald blocks for building or buying tools, golden carrots, whatever we need from villagers. So we have kind of a economy there. If we need to, we can always do a kind of a scaled economy. X number of emeralds equals X number of diamonds kind of thing, which equals X number of diorite or something like that. But for now, since villagers use emeralds, that's the currency we're going to use. Oh yeah, so some of the stone that we're collecting as we're terraforming, particularly around the bridge that we saw coming from the Butcher's Gate and the Dog Bridge. That stone, in addition to what's under the Garden Temple, which we didn't see today, see that in earlier VODs, will end up in Haven's End in the Nether. So it's a 1,000 by 1,000 slab foundation right now that we're working on. As phase 1, phase 2 will be kind of clearing out the netherrack above that. It's at height 67, so 67 to ceiling bedrock. We'll clear all that out. There's a lot of caverns that won't be fully that size. 30 million give or take blocks that we need to clear out. It won't be fully 1,000 by 1,000 by 50. $60 to 1. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that'll be phase 2. And once all that is cleared out, start actually putting more time into the buildings. So there'll be a few support buildings in there. So we have a stable that we're working on now. We have a another wart farm, which also serves as our gas trap. So at some point we want to build just a gas trap somewhere. Work that into the story. Which I guess will kind of work on the journal side. Will work out better now because we can focus it taking angry ghasts, and we'll pretend that we can turn them back into happy ghasts. So rehabilitating them, which is not an actual mechanic, but we can kind of lean into that part of the story, so we can actually find the baby ghast and like happy ghast, but we can say that's how we got there, kind of rescuing the baby ones and also rehabilitating larger ones, at least part of the story. And then ultimately, like that will take us quite a ways in the story, because being that size means we can travel from 0 to negative 8,000 overworld. So we've got a lot of ground we can work with. We still have to limit it to basically Overmorrow, Inkwood, and Barter's Bay is kind of on top of the Sun Temple. I mean, they're right next to each other, but we kind of have to limit that. We can build maybe one more there because we really want more like 5,000 to 10,000 blocks between builds so that they're not visible from each other. The rendered. So Haven's End would allow us to more quickly travel from one end. Our story to the other. But once we kind of go later on to larger chapter or other chapters, I don't want to go beyond that 8,000. I think we'll build smaller cities or smaller outposts that we can use to kind of follow that storyline. Oh, thank you, Kai, the Firemaster, for the follow. And that way we can have kind of a quick travel in another to get to the story point in the overworld, and we're gonna work in the end as well. As it turns out, we have a stronghold overworld that is actually in a pretty convenient spot in Haven's End, so we can work in the end pretty easily as well. And the lore level project that we're going to build there. Oh, by Kai. Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate it. Going to build, for now, a Dyson ring, a large Dyson ring, the 1,000 diameter. So we have a lore level project and the end, the Nether, and the Overworld. So the Garden Temple is a bedrock to build height step pyramid from, so it'd be large enough to be a lower level project. And that kind of 1,000 mark is kind of where we're defining those lower level projects. So the ones that will take a lot of time and then more than likely be comprised of a series of smaller like story, paragraph, word level projects. So using literary terms to kind of gauge the size of the projects. The Dyson ring and end is kind of where we're focusing now. For the end project, we might turn that into Dyson ring being kind of a foundation for a landmass, but I'm not sure if we'll go that way or not. Might make it more of a space station, but see how that fits in. Kind of a steam space station. Which ties into all of the smaller projects that we're working on now. The path that we were working on earlier to go from Overmorrow to Inkwood. We're getting a lot of these projects kind of signposted, so we can frame them out and then add the layers to them as we go. And we can take community input as we get enough of those. So if I kind of get tired of one or need like a fresh thing, I can put a pull out any number of the other projects we have and see what everybody wants to see worked on. Because we have 100+ projects kind of at different phases of the brainstorming process planned in ClickUp. So we're tracking what we've completed and what we want to build there, and then we can tweak them as we go. Welcome in, Braden. And the projects can be as simple as a bridge to a string shop in Overmorrow to a string shop in Barters Bay. So it might be like a repeat of something, but another location. It's all those kind of little builds, so we can put that out there eventually and see what people want to see. As far as builds, and then if there are other point redemptions that people would like, we can consider all that as well. Do you have any? Okay. So we could face cams, cat cams. You know, background kind of cam, like having real world build projects. So we could have real world Minecraft Legos or other Lego projects, or anything anyone else has that they've seen or that they want, or that they've seen other creators do. I can't say that we would do everything, but we're open to some of the ideas. Oh, we're a little over, so give it another minute or two of doing this. If there's any last minute questions, chat. I'm gonna try to do 1.5 to 2 hour streams during the week, or hour streams during the weekends. At least until we make affiliate on Twitch, which again, that's something. Create some more community involvement around what days Should we have longer streams? And should we adjust times that we start? Because right now during the week, it's more than likely temporary. But we're doing it as often as we can for now to try to help with the stream as much as we can. So yeah, if you like the low-key, slow burn, big story kind of builds in Minecraft, then yeah, feel free to. When we do the longer streams, I also have a backlist of other games that we might incorporate, like Satisfactory. There's a handful of other like builder, farmer, roguelike kind of games that we might incorporate. We can put those up to votes once we get to that level of followers to have polls on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok. For a moment. Hello, Jackson. Welcome in. Maybe we'll go until our shovel is green and then kind of call it. Because we're not venturing out anymore for the day. Kind of waiting miner tools and trying to set kind of moments in the stream and kind of pause and engage with chat more so we don't get too focused. Oh, we can drop that off there. The rotten flesh, we can combine those. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I think the height is probably good here, but our trading tunnel is going to be at least twice as wide as this. It's about 700 blocks, give or take. I think it goes from about almost 800 to 1200. Or maybe it's closer to 400. We'll say 500 blocks, give or take 100. And then we'll have to make it that wide and, well, twice the width, same height. And then that will be a nice trading tunnel. And it will give us the ability to kind of fly down it. So if we don't want to fly over the water for whatever reason, or it's dark, we don't have any rock. Well, if we didn't have any rockets, we could walk the underground tunnel and it would be lit up, so we wouldn't have to worry about mob spawn. So, yeah. But anyway, that's the plan. So, how many more do we have to go? It's getting close, so I think we're going to go back. Oh, I see some. This needs to be cleaned up a lot to make it more story-esque. Practicality is fine, but it's really haphazard. So like going around it feels choppy. but that's a project for another day again. So with that, thank you, Zach and Guy and everyone else that's joined in. Appreciate the chat and the support. Um, if you want to find out more of what we're doing, you can check us out on Linktree, r.e/mindtripmedia. That link will be on the outro screen as we close out. We'll be back again tomorrow when the journey continues. And the Linktree link will have links to the VODs for this, our mostly Lego YouTube builds, our Blue Sky, Pinterest, all of our other online presence. So if you wanna join the auditorium and be part of the audience, be part of the journey, check that out. So once again, we'll see you when the appreciate all the support.